Hello, this is Master Stevie bringing you Tally ERP9 studies. And today we are continuing third time on how to pass entries on loans that are being issued in institutions. And last time we did learn how to pass an entry on loan that have been given out to an employee. Second time, it was loan partly paid by the employee. And the third time, this is the situation whereby the company decide to deduct the amount due to be paid each month by the employee from the salary directly at source. So how will you pass this one? Let's carry on. So we open to our gateway of Tally, and from there we know that we have to go to accounting vouchers. And what entry are we to pass? Is it going to be receipt or payment? Note this: if we are going to pass an entry to cover the loan that has been given out by employee and deduction is being taken from the payroll, we will need to pass a journal that will show the transaction that has occurred between the company and the individual or the employee. And let's put it as Mr. Lee receive a salary of 500 every month, and he is supposed to pay through the payroll a deduction of 100 cedis. So how will it work? We will go to the journal interface, and you know that salaries are mostly prepared end of every month. So end of month of August, and we have here by. Those of you who might get it difficult to understand, not knowing the difference between the buy and to and debit and credit, you go to configure. When it comes to configure, here we will see one, skip date failed during creation for faster entry. No. The number two says use debit or credit instead of to or buy during entry. So yes. By changing that, you will now have access to debit and credit to be able to pass your entries without difficulty. I hope that one too is another lesson that will find you useful. Let's carry on. Therefore, to pass the entry, we know when salaries are paid, we need to debit wages and salaries account, which is an expenses. Note that. And we have to credit the next salary payable account in the name of the employee by journal until it is physically paid out through the PV. So let's see how the journal entry will be whenever payroll is prepared. So we debit wage and salary account of the full amount that is supposed to be given to the employee, which is he receives 500 cedis, as we said earlier on. So wages and salaries. So salaries is here. Enter. The amount is 500. That goes to Mr. Lee. An account. And we come down to the credit side. The credit side, we know that we need to pass an entry deducting the amount that must go to the company out of the salary paid to Mr. Lee. Therefore, we credit the personal account of Mr. Lee, his loan account, with the 100 cedis he has to pay. Not only that, we also need to credit the net salary payable. Net salary payable, which as at now has not been paid yet. So we become a debtor to this person that we need to pay the salary to. So it forms part of our liabilities. Therefore, we will enter net salary. It's not inside the system, so we have to create. And I told you earlier on, to create, you have to use Alt plus C. Alt plus C to open for you the ledger creation interface. So you go by entering it this way: net salary payable. Net salary payable. When it comes to under, you know that all that are payable means they have not been paid yet, and they are all part of your liabilities. So under liabilities, current, you select and you save. That's right. So the 400 cedis left to be paid to Mr. Lee, which is still with the company as at the time the salary payroll is prepared, has been passed down to liabilities awaiting payment. So press on enter, then you write your narration, and then yes, save. Saved. So this is how to pass a journal entry covering salary and then the loans that is owed by the employee to the company, as well as the net salary payable due to be paid. And when this is done, this is the first phase of the transaction that needs to be passed. The second phase is when the salary is being paid. We should know that per the payroll, 100 cedis have been deducted from Mr. Lee's 500 cedis that should have been given to him as a salary. So you write a PV and then we pay Mr. Lee that cash or check of 400 cedis. So let's see how it's going to be like. So to pay him through the PV, we have to select the payment interface. Payment interface. And let's take it as payment was made on the next day, which was the 31st of August. So through cash, the person who received the salary is Mr. Lee. Mr. Lee. The amount paid to Mr. Lee now is going to be how much? It's going to be 400. And it's going to be his next salary payable account, not his loan account. So it's the salary payable account, 400. And now the salary payable that was due, you can see, let me use zeros for you to see it clear. Salary payable 400. If it is 0, we are still owing him 400, but we are paying 400 out, so it will cancel the liability in our balance sheet. 00. So meaning we are owing Mr. Lee no more salary. Then narration will come, being payment of salary to Mr. Lee. Accept, yes, and it is saved. So viewers, this is how you pass an entry for loans that are being shown on payroll, and deductions have been made for net salary to be paid to the employee. And I hope this will be useful for you, and we are here to receive your comments and also to help you out with anything that you might not have understanding in. This continue to be your favorite TV show, Masters TV, and we care for you. Don't forget to subscribe to the page and like the video. Thank you once again. Ciao.